Hi there, I am Sybil Archibald. I am coming to you from my studio today, my messy studio, and I'm really happy to be able to get the chance to tell you a little bit about my work. So, these pieces are from a project called the Monotype of the Day project. I have been doing a monotype every single day as of today for 756 days. That means that I have done them no matter what, even when I was sick, even when I was in the hospital, even when I was traveling. So the project has become a really interesting sort of daily journal for me, talking about the process of being an artist and what it's like to make work, the problems that you encounter, the sort of the philosophy behind making work. And for me, making art is a process of very, very deep listening. I believe that I am the artist with a small a, and that my job is to listen to the artist with the capital A, the universal source of all creativity. So when I go into my studio, I sit very quietly and I just wait. I listen, and then I allow whatever comes out to come out on the printing plate. So a monotype is there's a plate, you make a drawing on the plate, and then you take a piece of paper and you press it. So the drawing is made with ink. And so once that's done, you take a piece of paper and you press it onto the plate, you rub it, and then when you pull it off, the ink attaches to the plate, to the paper. What's really interesting about that is I believe that materials and inks, they sort of have a voice of their own, things that they want to express. So when I'm working in partnership with my materials, not trying to dominate them and force them into submission. And so when you're doing a monotype and you press the paper down, the ink will flow and change and sort of react to that pressure in a very interesting way that the artist is not in control of. And that is sort of what I see as the voice of the ink coming through. And so when I'm doing these monotypes and I'm just letting whatever come through, symbols will emerge. And so sometimes they'll emerge, once, and then a few months later they'll come back and I'll do a series where that same symbol is repeated. And it can be really interesting because I don't always know what the symbol means when it comes through. It's only later when the symbol starts to become elaborated upon that I begin to get an idea of what it means. So in a way, this project is sort of like a conversation. The artist with capital A is sending this imagery through, this information for me to sort of unpack and unfold and learn from. For me, art is always a learning process. So the two prints that I have in this show are using the symbol of the boat. And let's take a look at them and talk a little bit more. Much of my work is influenced by sacred poetry. The boat image comes from this poem by 13th century Japanese monk Dogen. Midnight, no waves, no wind, the empty boat is flooded with moonlight. This poem is about emptying the self completely so that the divine light or the creative flow can come and fill you completely. I'm not 100% sure what the fire represents, but I think it is about the creative energy flowing back out into the world with passion. And There's much more in these pieces. I invite you to look and come to your own conclusions about what they might mean. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and find me and connect with me on my website or on social media, Art of the Sybil. Have a wonderful evening.